Hey, my beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Welcome. Today I'm bringing you guys a very quick sort of pick a card about how does your person or your twin flame or your soulmate feel towards you in separation now. Maybe something that affected them greatly. A mood, an attitude, a feeling. Let's get into this. We've got 1, 2, or 3. And I'll leave timestamps, okay, guys? So let's get into it with the first card. All right, so what are their feelings towards you currently? So they have blinders on right now. They need to see what's real, but they're not seeing. They're not seeing like ahead. They're not seeing the future. They're not seeing the truth they need to accept about themselves, about you, about the situation. I feel like they're uncomfortable looking at the future. It's almost like they're afraid to take this off. They don't want to see. They're scared. They're fearful. They don't know how to accept. That's the problem. There's very little acceptance, and it's too painful to look. I also feel like they're afraid to face you, really face you. And you might be afraid to really face them. But I feel like you see this in this person. You know that this is what's going on with them, but they just won't get it. Like they are just not, they're not letting that guard down. They're not letting that wall down. They are not seeing their true feelings for you. That's part of it too. They're trying to blind their own feelings for you. They're trying to blind it, to snuff it out because it's scary to them and it's painful. So let's see, what else do we need to know about this situation with the blinders? What do we need to know about this? All right, so they've got issues with healing. Excuse me. Like they're deliberately not looking at their healing is what I'm getting. Like they know they need to do it. They know that once they do it, they're going to feel better. They're going to be like in a better mindset. They're just afraid. They're afraid to like unveil what they've forgotten. Because I feel like a lot of this has like hidden trauma within them. This has to do with like hidden, like the trauma that they've buried, the trauma that they, it was so painful at the time it happened. It's like they blocked it out. So I don't want to revisit that. And it could be that you triggered some of this in another way for them. I also feel like you immediately wanted to like take care of them or heal them, fix them, whatever like you could do is what I'm getting, but that was just not possible. So let's see a message of love that they have for you at this time, because they're not in the best place, but it's going to take some time for them to work through this, to finally take that blinder off. But it's the fact that you've connected with them. It's made them want to do that. They're just still scared to do it, okay? That's what it is. You being around you and in your beautiful energy, you brought that out of them, like that curiosity, like what if I take the blinders off? What will happen? Like you've brought that out in them. Does that make any sense? All right, so we've got slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. So yeah, they might feel pressured. They might have felt pressured, okay? They might have felt pressured to make more commitments to you than they were ready for. And now, they're just sort of like afraid that they've made a really big mess of everything. They're hoping that that's not the case, but sort of like, what is their soul saying to your soul right now? Like about the love connection, their soul saying, slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. So give me time. Let me have time to myself. Let me not see this right now. In other words, like, let me like almost act like this isn't going on right now, because I need to focus on myself and start to do the things that I know if I do them, it's going to bring us back and closer together. So it's almost like, let them be, like, try to look away right now, because they really do want to start their healing. They are scared. They're afraid to look at all of it, but you got them in a mind frame now where they kind of know there's like problems. They're kind of like coming to slow realizations. So yeah, let them be. Don't force or push anything at this time. Just let it flow the way it's meant to. Let it be natural for them. Let their healing be natural, just as yours will be. So let's get one more message here from my angel wisdom. Oracle. And what do my angels have to say? So whatever or whoever you are waiting for is not responsible for your happiness. So yeah, what I'm getting from Spirit and my angels is that, like, no matter what, even if this is like the worst separation or worst breakup feeling you've ever had, Spirit's like, you weren't making yourself happy even before this. So they want you to find whatever it is that you feel is going to make you happy. Find it, because if it's anything that can get you in a more positive headspace about your own life and like responsibilities and healing process and all the things like on your journey, I feel like we can't wait for anybody to help us along. We can't wait for anybody to catch up. We can't wait for anybody to tell us they're going to do this or they're coming back. We can't wait. We have to live. Spirit is like, we have to live. So don't let this stop you from going after what you want to and where you want to go and what you want to do in life. And it doesn't matter what that is, as long as you keep going. All right, we'll get one more. All right. So you will heal and be able to open your heart to let love in again. Yeah, I really like that. I do feel that, but I feel like patience is the issue here. And you might have felt like you've already put too much into this. So that's really for you to kind of decipher. But I feel like that's the issue with this. So both of you healing and timelines, there's no timelines, guys. One person's healing could be 5 years and others could be 1. So I feel like Spirit's like, if you're in it to win it, then time has to go out the window, because time doesn't even exist when it comes to these type of deep connections. All right, I hope that was helpful. Let's get into the second card. So if you chose card 2, what does your person feel about you right now? What do they feel about you right now? So they're dwelling, they're living in the past. This could be over you or over other things that they've done in the past, other disappointments they've had, other past relationships they've had that maybe failed. And sorry for the glare on the cards, guys. Yeah, sort of thinking about what ifs. A lot of that is happening right now. Thinking about other things that they wish they'd done. Thinking about, kind of like their life and a lot of that too. So you might have triggered that in them, and they might have triggered this in you. And it could be that this is a little bit of your energy as well, where there's things you wish you'd done differently and things they wish they'd done differently. But their general energy and their general feelings right now towards you are this dwelling energy. They're thinking a lot about the fights you've had, the mistakes you've made, those sorts of things. So what else do we need to know about this dwelling? What else do we need to know about it? Let's see. Oh, we've got a jumpers. Okay, so we've got coming together. So I feel like there's something about you two missing each other, or there's distance between the two of you, whether it's physical distance, like states apart or countries apart, like that sort of thing, or it is emotional distance. And they want this. They want to be together with you. They want to come together with you, but they want you to go to them. And that might not be the best for either of you. And they know that. They know it's not the best, but they want it. They want you to, even, they're like in this mindset, like, even if it's not ready, I still want it. It's like another thing with patience. But I feel like, they really do feel like you're their person. And they've come to a realization about that. Like, they've had an epiphany, I want to say. I do feel like they've been dreaming about you a lot, but I feel like they've had an epiphany that now they realize how special this was. And, they feel like they messed it up. They feel like they feel like there's like no chance they can get it back. They really want it though. But just like I said, they want you to go to them. They're almost like a little bit selfish about it. There's definitely issues between the two of you in the past that need to be resolved. I'm getting like major things, like major life lessons were not learned, or there's something like that I'm feeling between the two of you. But I do feel like they are hoping and they are wishing that they will come back with you and they will see you and be with you again. So let's see what else. What is like a message of love from their soul to your soul? What is their soul saying to you right now? We've got you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. So I don't know if this is something they were trying to help you realize this in your life, that maybe you thought you couldn't do something, or you weren't smart enough for something or good enough for something. They're trying to say that you are. They might have been trying to push you or nudge you along, or vice versa. But they want you to know that our souls are limitless. Your souls together, your journey is sort of limitless. It's all about getting back to you and knowing that you have the power to change things, and you also have the power to do anything you want. So if there was something you were fearing that you want to do, to go after it. I'm hearing from Spirit, go after it. Your person also wants you to do this. I feel like they want you to believe in yourself more, and you definitely want them to believe in their self more, but they want you to believe in yourself more. They want you to believe that you can just keep going and dreaming and achieving things and doing those things. It doesn't matter. Earthly things don't matter is what I'm getting from Spirit. So let's get some advice from my Angel Wisdom Oracle here. Don't make any major decisions right now. You need more time to think. Yeah, I agree. I feel like if there's areas in your life that, you're unsure, like making a decision about school, moving, work, anything career related, anything financial related, also anything related to this particular situation. I feel like even if they're trying to talk to you and they're saying a lot of words and not really action behind it, I feel like Spirit's like kind of just dismiss that. Like, don't hold it against them because they're in such a past, upset. But I feel like Spirit's like, don't make any moves with this person right now, even if they're trying to talk to you, even if they're trying to get back to you. Okay, let's get one more message. And we've got sometimes a disaster is disguised as an awakening. So is there something too that you feel in your personal lives or in your lives together that was a disaster? Was it that, you look back on things and say, wow, we always had like a lot of bad luck, or we always had a lot of crazy stuff happening around us, or we always had like wild shit going on? Or is it the state of the world? I mean, that's very possible too. And we're in a disaster, and a lot of people are awakening. And a lot of people are realizing who they are and who they want to be. And a lot of people are going through like mini life crises and don't know what to do and where to go next. So I feel like everything happens exactly, guys, the way it is supposed to. And a lot of things sometimes that we think are tragic and terrible, and we have to be away from somebody, and that separation, and it's horrible, and we're so sad. It's happening for a reason. It's happening so you can awaken more. So yeah, Spirit's like, just, let's hold back and try to start looking at your blessings more is what I'm getting. And, believe that you're limitless, believe that you can do whatever it is, you want to do, what you need to do. All right. I hope those were helpful. All right, let's get into card number 3. And what is your person's sort of feelings towards you right now? What is their feelings towards you? So we've got stranded, lost, and alone. So they might have been triggered, I don't know, maybe some abandonment. They might feel like you moved on, or they might just think you've moved on. It could be that they've moved on, and where they've moved on to is not so good now. There's a general feeling of abandonment and a feeling of being left for dead with this person. I feel like they did a lot of this damage to themselves and didn't give you much of a choice is what I'm getting. But they're feeling it. It's heavy on them now. I feel like they feel like they're not going to recover from this. There's no recovering from this. There's no getting over this. There's no getting myself back together is their general energy. And they may not have shown that. And it could be that you still are in contact with them or have limited contact with them, or the last time you talked and maybe you didn't have a clue, but their energy is very lost. They don't know. I feel like they're just sitting and existing at this time, but existing with so many more wounds and so much more shit that they have to uncover. So what is something specific about this stranded energy of theirs? This lost and alone. What is behind that? What's behind that? So we've got lead. So, this has to do with responsibility. and how you lead in your own life, the responsibility, the responsibilities we have that we have to take care of. So it could be too that this person has issues with authority or issues with responsibility. It could be that this whole separation is supposed to be teaching them that, but they're not quite grasping that lesson. It's also part of your lesson, to be responsible for yourselves, to learn, discipline and how to manage your life and organize shit for the future and make sure that you're stable and secure. That's very important because we can't be in union if we're not on our own stable and secure. It doesn't work that way. So I feel like this person might have had some issues with, control, or issues with being responsible for their behaviors even. It could be that you wanted more of that and they couldn't give it to you. So in that aspect, maybe that's what's making them feel even more stranded. So let's see what else. Let's get some messages of love from their soul to your soul. Like, sort of like, what is their soul saying to your soul? A love message, because that'll help us piece in together what's going on here. Ooh, so we've got embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So they may not be very good with that. This could be the reason why you're separated, because of your responsibility, because not taking action when needed, not taking responsibility for their actions. Possibly they might have been a little too strict with the way they wanted to live their life. There's a lot that goes into this, but I feel like you were very almost like fixated on their ability to lead you both as a union, lead you both like as a couple. Like, I feel like something about you were like leaving it up to them is like what I'm hearing from spirit. Their soul, their love message, their soul is saying to your soul, embrace your emotions. So allow your feelings to surface. A lot of the time we bury our feelings and emotions, or we just hide them under some other major big emotion like abandonment or anger or grief. So I feel like their soul is telling your soul, look, it's okay. Like, we all get emotional. We all need to get emotional. Sometimes we need to cry it out. We need to let it out. We need to let it go. Like, we need a release. Crying is a release, guys. It really is. And you get it out. And like, it's funny, like when they say sleep on it and you wake up sometimes and your mentality feels different or your mind is feeling different. I feel like that's what their love message to you is. Their soul is trying to tell you this. I also feel like they might have not been all emotional. They might have been more like colder, or maybe that was you, like you're more like, I want to work on stability. Love is important, but stability is more important. There's something about that clashed, that's why y'all are in separation. Leave me some comments if any of that resonates. Let's get some angel messages now to sort of bring any more clarity, or close this out with some good advice. Let's see what we're getting. Okay. Pain is a harsh teacher. Embrace all life has taught you so far. So you're being called to look back on your past of painful lessons you learned in the past. Spirit's like, did you really learn? It's a big question mark. So something is very reflective of the connection between the two of you. They also have to look at their past. You're supposed to embrace the painful messages no matter what. Like, in other words, the painful parts of it. The painful parts of your past. Embrace is what I'm getting. And try to heal and let go. And then we've got, you are being guided to make the right choice. So I feel like deep down, you know what you need to do. And Spirit's like, just follow that, because we are trying to guide you in the most gentlest of ways to the best course for you. I hope all these messages were helpful, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check my description box for my private reading information and my twin flame mentoring and support group on Facebook if you're interested. And like, subscribe, help me get to 5,000, and share if you found this helpful. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Love and light, guys.